The next vineyard is titled Bonacchi. This is Andrea Bonacchi's vineyard. Collectively, probably our best-selling wines uh, in the portfolio based on quality and price. The first one is the Rosso Montalcino, or otherwise known as the baby brother to the Brunello. This is the Rosso Montalcino. It is 100% Sangiovese, and it spends 2 years on French oak. And all of these wines are Tuscan, all from Tuscany. Um, but this is a great wine for the price. 100% Sangiovese on French oak for 2 years, and the baby brother to the Brunello. The next wine, my all-time favorite, the Brunello. 100% Sangiovese, aged on French oak for 4 years minimum, and generally refined in a bottle or in the bottle for an additional year. So the aging process is 5 years, 4 years in French oak, 1 year refined in a bottle. And refined in a bottle just means every 30 days, as that bottle lays down, somebody goes to each bottle and turns it a quarter turn. 30 days later, come to the bottle, do another quarter turn. That's refined in the bottle. And what that does, it gets rid of some of the sediments that settle inside. An expensive wine. People that know wine know a Brunello. This happens to be the 03, which there's a lot of fuss about the 03. It was a great year for the Sangiovese grape, and it turned out fantastic. This one will retail between 150 and 200, but a fantastic bottle of wine. Next, the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. It is 90% Prugnolo and 10% Canaiolo. A great price on this wine. This is a big red. I know it's a big red a lot, but this is a great bottle of wine for the price. I can't remember right offhand. I think it's 1686. This does very well both on premise and off premise, restaurants and wine shops. Does well at both. But 90% Prugnolo, 10% Canaiolo. A nice bottle of wine. The next one is the Chianti Reserva. This is the 03. It is 100% Sangiovese grapes that are grown in the town of Chianti and sit on French oak at least 18 months and then refined in the bottle for another year. But a nice, smooth, mellow, but big red. People that drink Chianti love this particular Chianti just because of the oakiness that it has. This one does well both on and off premise as well. Chianti Reserva, 100% Sangiovese grape. Probably our best-selling white is the Vernaccia di San Gimignano. The grape is Vernaccia. It is 100% Vernaccia, grown in the town of San Gimignano within the region of Tuscany. It is a fruit-forward but not sweet white wine. Great summer day white wine. Just a touch dry on the finish. It's hard to find a good Vernaccia in the U.S. That's why we decided to bring this one over. But it is fantastic. Lights out when it comes to selling this wine. It's a no-brainer for people. Quality and price. This one sells for around $9. Fantastic wine for $9. 100% Vernaccia. Sangiovese Toscano. 100% Sangiovese, aged in stainless steel, no French oak, stainless only, which produces a nice, light, easy drinking red wine. One of our best selling reds by far. because it appeals to the masses, the people that don't like red wine because it may be, offensive or aggressive. They just can't drink reds. People gravitate to this wine, both white and red wine drinkers. It's a great selling red. I think this one is around $9 as well. 100% Sangiovese Toscano, aged on stainless steel. The next one, a one-of-a-kind Chianti. Chianti Gentilesco. And the Italian consortium has given the family a patent on the phrase Chianti Gentilesco. The way we blend it, it makes a gentle version, a less dry version of a Chianti Reserva or a regular Chianti. But again, this one is 85% Sangiovese, 10% Cannaiola, and 5% Malvasia Nera. 85% Sangiovese, all of these grapes grown in Chianti. 85% Sangiovese, 10% Cannaiola, and 5% Malvasia Nera. A fantastic, one-of-a-kind Chianti. The price on this is phenomenal as well, around $9 or so. Does great both on and off premise. A great selling red wine. The Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, another good selling red. All of these sell well. I shouldn't say that for every bottle. This entire vineyard, all the wines sell fantastic. 85% Montepulciano, 15% Sangiovese. The Montepulciano grape by itself is a black peppery grape. The Sangiovese cuts that just a little bit and makes this a very drinkable version of Montepulciano. We do have a 100% Montepulciano. It's a big red. It is the only 100% Montepulciano on the market. But again, it appeals to a smaller target of people just because the spiciness and it being as bold as it is. But this is a great wine. Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, 85% Montepulciano, 15% Sangiovese. Morlino di Scansano, 100% Morlino grape. This is the small version of Sangiovese, but you refer to it as Morlino. But Sangiovese comes in 3 different variations. It comes in Morlino, or small black grape. It comes in regular Sangiovese, which we use in the Sangiovese Toscano and the Chianti. And then it comes in Sangiovese Grosso, which we use in Brunello, and that's the big version of Sangiovese. But this is Morlino di Scansano. Hard to find. A lot of people don't have it on the wine list. I've found one restaurant that does. Al Di La in Charleston has a Morlino di Scansano on the list. That's the only one I've ever seen other than this one. But it's a little more inky or purpley wine. But again, fantastic, great price point, easy sale both on and off premise. The last wine in this vineyard is Montecucco Rosso. This is 100% Sangiovese. It does spend time on French oak. This is a fantastic red wine. The reason it's called Montecucco Rosso is back in the 1500s, this plot of vines were stolen and replanted in the town of Lusacia. So rather than get caught, they told the people in that area that this grape was Montecucco Rosso, even though it was Sangiovese grape. They tried to rename the vines and the grapes in order to not get caught for stealing the vines. So, in essence, this is a Chianti, just grown in a different town, so you can't call it Chianti. We refer to it as Montecucco Rosso from the town of Lusacia, but it is 100% Sangiovese. fantastic red wine.